Quieten down now, boys and girls, quieten down and listen to my pearls of wisdom. Today and for the next few lessons, our subject for study is elections in the United Kingdom to the European Parliament, which take place on the 22nd of May. We will start today with a consideration of what these elections are all about, and in later lessons we will consider some of the parties putting forward candidates. The European Union, or to give it a more accurate name, the new German Empire, is a grouping of 28 nations in Europe which is officially dedicated to ever closer integration, which has led to date to more and more rules and laws being forced onto the peoples of the member states, so that we are all being made to act like identical European robots or zombies. In fact, this year already, one commissioner, I'll explain what sort of animal that is in a moment, has said we need to build the United States of Europe, with the Commission as government, despite the fact that the robotic zombies of Europe have never been asked whether they want such a union or even if they want integration. Now, you innocent youngsters may think that as there are to be elections to a parliament, there must be a democracy in action, and that the parliament would appoint a government. However, you would be mistaken. The fact is that the Parliament can only pass laws if the European Commission tells it to, and the Council of the EU allows it to. And that is a meeting of relevant ministers of all member governments. The Commission is headed by a president who is appointed in a fix between all the governments and who tells each commissioner what job he can do. Not much democracy there, then. Now, it is true that occasionally a few countries, though never Britain since 1975, are allowed to have a referendum when yet more shackles are proposed to chain the population down. That means that everyone in those nations can have a vote. Well, that sounds democratic, I hear you say? Wrong again. But things are not always as they seem, are they, my little ones? Now, this is what actually happens. If the majority say yes, then chained they are. But if they say no, they are forced to have another vote, and they are bullied and bribed and threatened to such an extent that they say yes, and then the shackles are applied. Same result, whichever way they vote. So democracy at all there. In view of all this, you will no doubt be wondering whether there is any point in voting in this election. But let me assure you that on this occasion there is a good reason which I will explain. More and more people across Great Britain and across Europe are realizing that we have all been had, and that the European Union's draconian rules and regulations, its commission, the European Bank, the euro currency, and all the rest of it are for the benefit of just one country, Germany. In the past few years, Crete, Greece, Italy, Spain, Portugal, and Ireland have all been brought to the point of financial collapse by their participation in the euro currency, and they have had to accept strict financial controls imposed by Germany, which hosts and controls the European Bank, of course. Greece and Italy have even had prime ministers imposed on them by Germany. Germany's greatest export is unemployment. Only 5.1% there, but 25% in Spain, with others not much better off. And in the last few months, the latter has used the EU, along with the USA, to stir up trouble in Ukraine in order to provoke trouble with Russia. This could lead to war. To use the vernacular, we've got to get out of this mess. But of course, this is not yet a referendum on leaving the EU. This month, we are deciding who will fight the British corner within the European Parliament. Now, if the United Kingdom sends a large number of members to the European Parliament to link with others from across Europe, determined to disrupt plans for integration and union, and to achieve true independence for all the nations of Europe, it can make a difference. The one power that the European Parliament does have is to disrupt the German master plan. Now then, boys and girls, don't go out and be nasty to any German children you happen to meet. It is and always has been the German political elite who hunger for power and control, not the general population. Well, that's our lesson for today, boys and girls. As said previously, next time we will learn something more of the election itself and the weird political parties who are contesting it. In the meantime, do collect for your younger siblings the hilarious free ABC story app from www.theanimatedalphabet.com.